Hello, welcome back to my channel, my first ever channel, my second ever video. Yeah, let's see how we go. Going to do a bit of a team reveal. This is for January 2026. But yeah, that's how good's this? First day Supercoach Open. Yeah, really looking to get stuck into it. So let's see how I've gone. So what I really want to do, there's been a couple of well, non-negotiables. I guess Connor Rosie has not left my side. Just his buy free. He's got the DPP. There's a bit of value. I'm not really expecting him to go 110. If he does, awesome. But even if he goes 105, I'm pretty confident that's going to be a top defender, top five, defender for the year. So he's been a lock in there the whole time. But now, what primos do we pick out of these guns? Well, I really want to start Messiah, but sometimes if I need to save 20k, I've downgraded to Whitfield. But yeah, I don't know. I just some people have some concerns about Messiah. Is he going to be tagged when he moves to the midfield? He averaged 115 last year. I don't know. I just think he could average 120. I know he might. Yes, he might get tagged, but just watching him, I just think he can break the tag. He's just a gun. He's so good to watch. Even though I don't go for St Kilda, as everyone knows or should know, I go for Essendon. But yeah, it's just someone I really want to have in my side. So, but sometimes I have flirted with going down to Sinclair or Whitfield if I needed the cash. But I think I'm just going to pay up. He could seriously go 120 plus for the year, even as a midfielder. Or he goes back to defence. They're just going to use him as much. Yeah, definitely one of my favourites there for defence. But the next one, well, I'm looking for value. So and also ideally if they're by free. So Bergman at this stage, all reports saying he's going to be playing midfield. See, I still do feel like is this going to be a pyramid trap? Yes, he plays midfield, but it's defensive, and but Wines is going to be out, I think, for the first couple of rounds anyway. So I still think that's pretty safe to start if he's got that midfield role though. So yeah, that he's definitely made it to my list, to my team. And the other value option is Newman. I just think with Doherty retired, 439. Yeah, I still remember picking him when he was a rookie in his first year, and I think he got 150 or something in his first game on the bench, and everyone wasn't able to loop him in, and yeah, I had a dead rookie or something very early in the season. Well, I think I just had a donut or something and just needed him to play, and ended up getting the 150. So I've always liked Nick Newman, but yeah, definitely stats there back it up as well if he can get that sort of defending role at the back. I'll sort of come back to the rookies. I mean, obviously a lot there can change. I'm really focusing on the structure first. Obviously the structure can change depending on the rookies as well. So let's have a look at the midfield now. There's been a few that have been locked in. Butters is very expensive. It just exploded at the end of the year. I thought it was averaging 117, and he pulls out that 195, and it's just pushed up his price. I don't think there's any value in this pick, but I still think, yeah, he might push higher. But he's a gun. Again, someone you just love to watch. So I'm putting Butters in, buy free. And these three here, hopefully Rosie off the halfback, and then Bergman and Butters in the midfield there as well. Even if all three of them are in the midfield, should score very well with the run that they've got. So I think that's gonna be very good to watch early. And if he does like a 140 start for the first 5 weeks at 654, it's just going to be impossible to get. So I think you just have to try and start him. That's what I'm going to try and do. I tell you what though, these Geelong boys, Bailey Smith and Holmes, were here. Yeah, 110 averages. I think they're going to go really under the radar here. So 5% ownership and 2% ownership. I think they're going to be some very good pods for people, but they're not in my team. I really like the look of Callahan. At 111 average last year is only in 12%. Yes, Geelong boys have buys. Yes, Finn has a buy as well. But he's a lock in my team, and I'm also going with Dawson. Well, look, he might not be a lock, but I just think there's so much upside for Callahan and Dawson being buy free. These are the sort of mids. I'm just confident Dawson's going to be around that sort of top 10. It was 10th midfielder here. He might go at 110 to 115. Even if he goes at 110, I still think he's going to be that sort of top 15. He'll be one of the top mids, and he's pretty durable as well. So I think he'll be a good hold for the whole season with some really good spike game potentials as well. So kind of going for some Ubers, and then I'm mixing it up with some value options as well. I think everyone's going to be looking at Parrish. Look, as long as he stays fit, is buy free again. I don't really have any question marks on his role if he's fit. Obviously, it's the injury options, and at that discount, look, if he gets injured before any price rises, well then we can downgrade him to a rookie and splash the cash out elsewhere or whatever else needs to be done. So Parrish is locked. Now Young. I saw a stat that said Young was one of the most efficient tacklers out of all tackles attempted or something for last year. I know it might have been a smaller sample. Just think he's got a lot of upside. That midfield for Freo, with Sarong and Brayshaw, and now what we're hearing is Jackson as well, playing midfield with Darcy and the Ruck. Maybe Young's only going to be the fourth rotation there in the midfield. But he's pretty cheap. I'm going to take the risk. He's buy free as well. Very, very happy to look at these two options. And then I'm probably going to look at 3 rookies on field. So I'll come back to that structure. It really depends on the ruck structure. This year, I'm tempted to drop a ruck and add an extra mid. But that's something that we'll wait and see. So let's get to the rucks. Well, I've been very big on Tristan Sherry. I think I made a post a couple of years ago saying it's probably going to be my team for the next 5 years. I started him last year, and I think I had him the year before when it was a bit of value. Seems like everyone sort of says, I don't know, not to. I've just gone with my gut and picked him. I love the way he plays. I love the way he tackles as well. But question mark 687. Around the changes to the ruck rules. Is there going to be less stoppages and therefore less tackles and less hit out to advantages and things like that? The risk is there. He averaged 127. He might only average 115. So, there is risk in paying up for him and him dropping down to 550, right? I can definitely see that. So, but he's buy free. He's got a very good early run. I'm just going to risk it. I'll try to make it work and keep him in there. Now, Gawn, he's getting old. I think I actually made a tweet about Gawn as well a little while ago, and the age. I know not everyone agrees. I played a bit of that as well. Some updates. I'm just trying to find it, but I can't remember how old he was now. 34, I think he is this year. So, jeez. Anyway, I can come back to that though. I don't know. There's just too many changes at these. Yes, they're buy free. He's gone to gun. He's so fit. He can run around anywhere. If it is a more transition play and less stoppages, it's probably going to benefit Gawn anyway. But given the age and where the Ds are at as well, I don't know. I just see maybe this is a year that he might pull back as well, even though probably the data suggests it's going to be Zeri and not Gawn. I'm just going to back Zeri, I think, over Gawn. It's not so much about the money, it's just about the player there. So that's where I stand. I haven't really had Gawn in too much this year, but I am going to lock in Tim English. I traded him in late last year. I still remember when he was averaging 130 as a ruck, and I didn't own him that year, and I felt like that's the year I think I did pretty poor at the start. And other people started him. I think there was a lot more value than 600. Yeah, he averaged 111, but I definitely think that there's a lot of upside there for him. Yes, he's got the early buy, which sucks. But I mean, straight up, his first game, I think, is against GWS. I think he got like a 195 last year, last game against GWS. So I'm actually going to be looking to put the VC on English to start if I start with the loop, and then probably look at a captain into Butters or someone like that. So yeah, I'm very big on English. I think if it's going to be more transition, he's like another midfielder. He just runs up and down. Yeah, he'll kick goals as well. So it's just so much value. At 111, I think he's going to go at about 115 to 120 plus. And then obviously, I mean, we can just sort here by most owned at the moment. 66%. It's going to be Reedy. Just slotting him in there, even though it's open for a rookie. That's a lock. So now we're starting to get an idea on the structure. But forwards, I mean, 71% already have Sheasel. That's a lock for me. By free is even if he averages 102, 105, he's going to be a forward keeper. No issues about it. But price at 107, there is genuine upside there where he could go 115 while being buy free with an easy run as well to start. So yeah, 71% sucks. Yeah, I don't, but everyone's going to do it. Flanders as well. Well, given the value, we all know what he can do. I mean, he was just punching out tons in the midfield. Again, we only really need him to average like 95 to 100, and he will be a forward lock, I think, for the year. So, yeah, he's definitely in. But let's have a look here. Who were the top mids? Well, Rankin's out. First week out would have been perfect. I would have slotted Rankin in there alongside Sheasel, but missing that first week. It could be a very good pod if you're willing to carry him, I guess, and save a trade early or maybe trade him in. I'm not sure, but yeah, 99, I think there is a bit of upside there as well. I didn't start him last year, I don't think, and I had to trade into him, so I was playing catch up. But yeah, could go a little bit higher than 99 given his last year. And obviously we can't pick Nick Martin, injured all year. I don't really want to go Phil Thorpe and Petrarca. Well, he's got that early buy. Yes, there's value, but where's he going to play at Gold Coast? Probably be a very early trade target. I'm actually going with Kasaya Pickett. Price at 91.5. He's training with the midfield. He's just signed a long contract as well. He's staying at the D's. They're going to invest in him. Yes, they brought Steele in to replace Petrarca and Oliver leaving. But I still think, yeah, Pickett. I think we're going to see some really high spike scores, and he was pretty consistent as well towards the end of the year. So yeah, he's at 16% ownership now. I hope that stays low. It's probably going to increase, but I'm hoping he's a bit of a pod for me as well. So that's pretty much the main structure. And then you've also got Treloar, given 311, price at 72. Yeah, he's getting old. I don't expect him to play all season, but given the value, I just think you have to pick him. So that's sort of the main structure that we're going. What do we got? 2 million left over. Obviously, I've looked at different structures, cheap rucks, and I'll probably put an extra midfielder in. But I haven't really changed much else there. So we're going to be very selective of what rookies we're going to play on field, and it's still very early days. I'm probably going to target more job security. Will be the main one, and scoring potential obviously as well. So this is a big question mark. Coleman. Is he going to be fit, right? Is he going to get the role as well? They've just won a premiership, multiple premierships. So Bazorko is taking all the kickouts. He's getting old. They're going to have to invest in someone else. Is it going to be Jasper Fletcher? Is it going to be Wilmot? Right? They're all going to be ahead of Coleman. So I don't know, but at the price, he's not even priced at 72. What's he priced at? I don't know. I just use a rough estimate here of the magic number at 5.5. So 238 divided by 5.5, like 42. I mean, even if he averages 72, he's going to make a lot of money. Maybe by the time, I don't know, the magic number gets to 5.2 times 72, it's probably going to get to 374, right? That's worst case scenario, but has the potential to go 85, 90 plus as well if he gets the right role. So yeah, big watch and see. I just think it's worth the risk with the value. You should, worse, make your 150. But yeah, the other spot, I'm probably going to go with Lindsay. All reports saying he's going to be playing across half back. He's cheap. I think he's going to be a very good on-field option. And then on the bench, I'm going to go Gibcus. I hope he stays fit. It's just horrific what's happened to him. But I think job security is going to be there as long as he can stay fit. So yeah, and he could even be a good on-field option. He'll probably be one I'll keep on the bench, and he'll keep scoring like a Reed last year. I just missed all his good scores and fielded all his 40s. It was just ridiculous. But that's probably what Gibcus will do. I'll probably miss his hundreds and then put him on for someone else and stuff it up. But let's see what happens. And then by all reports, Sarong, I think he was a free agent. A lot of clubs were chasing him as well. And he could actually pick which club he wanted, and he picked Sydney. So by all reports, there should be some opportunities there, and it could possibly be good scoring. Don't know. But yeah, he's a good placeholder there for the moment. So that's kind of how defence is looking. Obviously, Sai is going to be D1, but Rosie has really been that sort of lock for me. Now looking at the midfield, this is where it gets tricky. So I'm loading up on Tigers, and obviously Sharp as well. So this could all change, but Sharp, I think he went pretty late in the draft, which was great for Essendon. I think, he hasn't had any injury issues or preseason issues, training really well. They've been playing him through the middle as well. From the reports, probably a little bit inexperienced and a bit to learn, but that's exactly what we're looking to expect. So I think they're going to invest in Sharp a lot. I think he's going to be good for us. I really hope so. No pressure, but I think that's just going to be great. And look, if you haven't got Smith, 75%, he's probably going to be the most owned. He's leading the favourite to win the Rising Star, and rightly so as well. He's going to have the right role, accumulator role, midfield. His preseason numbers have been very good. I think that as long as he's fit, definitely going to be a very good on-field option as well. So looking to play 3 rookies like this. Cumming, I think, should be playing across the back. I'll have to check, but yeah, waiting to see through the preseason. And Sharp, I'm not really sure where they're going to play him, but I'm hoping that the job security is strong for these 3. So they're all locks for me. Now Draper, Sid Draper. I mean, a lot of these rookies are Gibcus, Sarong, Draper, Smith. I think we're kind of lucky this year. We got some more mature age rookies coming through. Yes, a lot have had injuries and all that. Hopefully we see a bit of Sid Draper as well. But the mid forwards, DPP is going to be really helpful. So I've got him in. And then the next 2 really are just placeholders. But I'm really, really hoping Smiley gets in. All reports he was really good in juniors. I've heard he's really fit, looking good at the moment as well, bulking up for a young body as well. So he could even have a very good role. I just not sure if I think he did have some injury concerns over the preseason as well. So But yeah, he could be a really good flex option for us. But so cheap. Even if he misses round one, it could be a good loop option. I'm not sure. I just think it'll be a lot. I think he's paying 34 for the Rising Star as well. So if named round one, he could be a really good smoky to win the Rising Star there with Smith as well, just in my opinion. And then the next option is Brody, Will Brody. Yeah, I think Wines misses 2 weeks. The worst case scenario, we see Brody named for 2 weeks and then omitted when Wines comes back. So I'm willing to take that risk unless there's a better option. Yes, he's buy free. I think you could even play him on field if he's got the right role, but yeah, he's going to be behind probably Bergman, Butters. Then you got Rosie as well. Wines when he comes back, Drew. There are a few ahead of him, so question marks on his job security, that's for sure. So now, how much have we got left? 700,000. Jeez. Imagine we could just get Bont. Wouldn't that be good? But no. One Bont or 5 of these. Well, we're going to have to invest in these to fill the team out. So I think the value's in the forward line, so that's going to be pretty easy, even if we sort by own. Yeah, pretty much going to go Matthias. I was willing to pay 300,000 for him if he's got the right role, if he's fit as well. I'll probably play him on field. Oh, this is a surprise. Okay, yeah, Marshall, 27%. All reports are that Marshall is training down back. He missed all of last year. As a forward, I think he's got money to make at 147. I think his job security is going to be very high, but scoring potential. It kind of yeah, it reminds me a bit of Sam Powell Pepper. I started last year, but he was playing up forward. Absolute disaster. I traded him after 1 or 2 weeks, after some poor scores, and then he just went nuts. So yeah, if he's playing defense, I think I'm going to back him and play him on field as well. So. And we've got Reedy and, well, probably going to go Robinson here. But we'll have to wait and see what these Eagles are going to do. Some reports saying he's playing in the B sides anyway, not in the A sides. But pretty experienced, been in the AFL system for a while. So he's not just, 18, 19. I think he's in his 20s. Really good value. And then this is where we get very tight for some cash. So really depends on who I'm playing at flex. Well, I'd love to play Draper as a bit of insurance for my rucks with that DPP, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to afford it. And leaving Bombers, I don't know, yes, he played well last year, but 391, it's going to be tricky. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have the right role. He might get to 500s. I'm not sure, but let's see who am I. Okay, so I've avoided Hewlands. Not yeah, unless I see something in the preseason. I'm not sure where he's going to play, what role. It's just price seems a bit high, but I'm open to change. Gridge. I'm not sure how you say that, but GRL. It will be the only one that comes up. I'm pretty sure by some reports he'll be the one playing at halfback. So. Yeah, really sort of watch and see. I think both are going to have very good job security, Cumming and Grid. But yeah, I'll probably be playing him at flex or swapping him with Coleman and seeing what I can afford with Coleman. Problem is, this leaves me no money. So 99,800. It's risky, this, but I am considering starting White. Seriously, leaving 700 there as a loop for the Rucks and Reedy. Possibly Reedy looks like he might have good job security. So, he might be a good forward option to play if needed, if Filippo or Treloar get injured. So just trying to keep the team with some flexibility. But then also, if I need to, if Coleman gets injured, well, this is where I'm going to have plenty of options for 234, hopefully. How many can I afford to buy here? 308 players. And as we get the round one, you can sort by selected to play here with the green ticks, and that will narrow it down even more. And do your research, a day or two before it all gets locked out. So that's kind of the backup for Coleman, but I'm not really sure. I really like the look of Farah. He's on my watch list. I'm hearing good things about Carmichael as well. Robbie, he's not training fully yet. He's doing light running. I think he's going to be a gun. I can't wait to see him play for us as well, him and Sharpie. But yeah, he's really had an interrupted preseason at the moment. It was all just a growth spurt to do with his back, but still question marks on that though. I'm hoping that the Essendon medical staff finally have these sort of things under control. Maybe we've identified it earlier than past sort of coaches would have or teams would have for Essendon. And yeah, I hope he's ready to go round one. If he's named on field, I'm taking the risk. I'm picking him, Sullivan there. But yeah, really open to any of the others. Just got to wait and see. So, but at the moment, it's probably going to be Coleman. If named, it's just going to be too hard. So that's the team. That's my January team updates. I'll be posting more updates. I'm definitely going to be doing the VC English. Captain Butters already got it picked, and then for some reason you got to hit all these emergencies to stop getting this message. But yeah, that's how we're looking at the moment. What are we expected? Projected 1882 means nothing, I know, but it's still pretty good. And they've actually got all the scoring info here as well, in indicative point scoring, which I think is good. They're trying to be a bit more transparent in this. So yeah, that's the team, and that's my first team reveal. So let me know if there's any questions, or just another stat as well. I guess Finn Callahan, Dawson, Butters, well, he was filled it out. There was a tweet on my page. Let's go have a look here. I think by Vams. Yes, here. I thought this was really interesting. So he's really just trying to, yes, it's in fantasy numbers, but he's trying to work out what mids. So he has sorted it or filtered it by, who's attended minimum amount of CBA. So that has excluded people like Messiah, Wangan Miller, Whitfield, players like that. But more your premium mid options. Who's actually scoring their points from stoppages? So it's quite high points from stoppages, or the highest. And who's actually scoring their points from transition. So what we're estimating is that the stoppages are going to go down a little, which may increase the transition. So who's already benefiting from transitions? It could, there's so many factors at play, but already that's ruling out someone like a Cripps, a Rao, who killed last year. Maybe he's got to work on his outside game a bit as well, because he's not scoring enough on the transition side, but also Sarong. So I thought it was very interesting to see LDU as well. Yes, I thought it was buy free, got a lot of value, got a very easy run to start, but he's just not really there around the mark. I'm just not going to back it. I think I'm going to look at getting Butters, Dawson, and Callahan. I just feel more confident they're going to be in the top 10. I don't want to be stuck with LDU here because I ran out of trades at the end, and he's averaging 95 or something for the year. So yeah, I've excluded LDU pretty much based on this sort of data. Yeah, you got your Butters there in the middle. Walsh is interesting. I think he could be a very good option even with the early buy. Been burnt by him before. I still think he's a good player though, and he might, if the game does open up a bit more with less stoppages, I think his fitness is quite elite and he gets around the ground. We could see a bit of a bump to someone like Walsh, but that means he's already on par with, say, Butters, Anderson, Heaney, and all them. But yeah, Brayshaw, I'd be aiming to go someone like Brayshaw over Sarong. I think he's already got some pretty good outside game. Yes, he costs more. I thought Sarong had a bit of value, but probably changed my opinion there. I do like contested beasts, but yeah, I think Brayshaw's going to be a bit better. Dunkley just getting it done. The absolute beast. He's up there with Bond. I mean, jeez, I named my team name after him yesterday, or last year, sorry. Uh, what if he does it again with Neil, all the Neil issues at the moment? I mean, if we see Neil drop off, we might see Ashcroft, McCluggage getting all the attention and tags. I just think he's got no role risk, Dunkley, and really no tag risk. Yes, he's got the defensive role risk, but I really think there's a bit of upside in Ashcroft, possibly. I just don't know if it's enough, and Dunkley. But this is where the Geelong boys, they're the highest transition scorers for last year. And if that's going to increase, I mean, they could go to another level. Who knows? Particularly Holmes. I'll probably be leaning more towards Holmes, but his scoring was a bit inconsistent. And we got Dawson very high up there with Callahan there as well. So, yeah, I don't think, having Oliver and Green as well, I think Green's in here, feeding it out to someone like Callahan who can burst away. I'm willing to take that risk. I think there's a bit of value there. So I've really looked at this chart to get an idea of the impact. I've probably overanalyzed it, but that's where I've sort of landed on Butters. Dawson a lot because he's buy free, and Callahan as well. Initially had a combo there of maybe only two with Sarong or LDU. I think it's better to upgrade from LDU with that though. But yeah, that's my team. So open to any feedback. Just, as always, let me know. But yeah, good luck this year. Thank you for listening. Bye.